welcome to my channel where I waste my wild cards on meme decks so you don't have to. And because I'm still pretty new at this and still new channel, I figured it'd be helpful to explain a little bit about the whole theme for everything, which is meme decks. So everything that I build in this channel is going to be around a pun or some sort of movie reference, celebrity reference. And if you saw my last video, the reference there was for Keira Knightley. And for this one as well is a different pun that I had been playing around with for a bit, and it is Matt Damon. So for those of you who don't know who Matt Damon is, he was in movies like Good Will Hunting with, I don't even remember when that came out. It came out a while ago. I want to say like early 2000s. I think it won a few awards and stuff. I don't know. It's been a minute since I've seen that movie, so maybe not the best reference. I don't know. Another movie that you might know Matt Damon from is the Bourne Ultimatum series. Like, I think he did Bourne Ultimatum. Am I just mixing magic references up? Jason Bourne. And maybe Bourne Ultimatum is like the fifth movie. I don't know. It's like a whole series, action movie stuff. And then I think like the more recent ones that he's also been in are like The Martian or some medieval movie. Okay, maybe I should be better about prepping you guys for understanding who this meme is referencing. But I guess if you don't know those two movies, We Bought a Zoo. That was a family one. But yeah, if you don't know the reference, that's fine. Basically, what this whole deck is trying to do here is be a play on words because his last name is Daemon, and it doesn't have an E. I think it's just Damon, or I could be totally wrong because I'm bad at spelling. But either way, the whole point of this deck is it's supposed to be like a demon sacrifice deck. So everything in here is going to have some sort of either sacrifice effect or benefit where something is sacrificed and I get value out of it, whether it's draining the enemy for damage or I draw a card with stuff like Morbid Opportunist. So there's just, I don't know, I really love this deck, and I have been playing it on the ladder in Standard because I like playing Standard. I don't really do much Alchemy because it's hard to keep track of like the same 5 versions of each deck card because I am a newer player. I started playing about a month before Strixhaven dropped. So with stuff that's changing around a lot, it's a bit harder for me to kind of keep up. Makes sense, I think, for more experienced players where they can have like a change to the format, or if they get frustrated with stuff like what we were seeing with Alrund's Epiphany and having that be nerfed. I get like why people would want to play that, but I think for this I'm just going to stick to Standard, and then maybe someday I can branch out to like Modern or Alchemy. But this deck here again is just designed for Standard competitive play. And so I'll get a little bit here into the specific card review or deck review, I should say, in this. So as you might notice, we have stuff like Shambling Ghast, which is just a really good card if you want to try a ramping or you need to sack it to effects like Deadly Dispute, get some drain in, trigger Morbid Opportunist, who gives me a card draw whenever a creature dies. So here we have quite a bit of removal. Soul Shatter was like a nice way for me to try to get around like Goldspan Dragon, because if you target it with a removal spell, they get a treasure. I was trying to avoid that. Another card that I thought was just really well on flavor with like the Demon Sacrifice is Demon's Disciple, because you literally have someone who's a disciple of a demon and you sacrifice stuff to a demon. Lolth is perfect because if you are just sacking creatures, you get rewarded with loyalty points for her, and then she gives sack fodder, or if you're in a tight spot, you can use that 0 ability to get card draw. So I have a few different ways to try to get card draw to find an answer, which would be through Morbid Opportunist, Deadly Dispute, and then obviously Lolth. My demon aspect, like the demon lord that I was trying to go for in here, is Demon of Loathing. And usually when I drop this and someone doesn't have a way to deal with it, I just win the game. So I kind of hold on to this card. Obviously I have to because it's 7 mana cost, but I usually try to hold on to it when I know it's going to be like at least on the battlefield for a turn. Sometimes I'll drop it if I'm looking to just bait out like a removal spell. But for the most ideal hand with this deck is when I have Jadar out. So like turn 1, Shambling Ghast. Turn 2, Jadar. And then turn 3 would be like Morbid. But if I have to get rid of a creature on turn 3, I will usually drop Demon's Disciple and then feed the sacrifice part with Shambling Ghast or eat one of the tokens created by Jadar. So some really nice like early aggro-ish type plays, and then later on, hopefully I have enough things that I'm draining stuff, hitting people hard. Mihawk Massacre, great card, again for the drain. Really good against mono white, as most of you know by now, because mono white is everywhere on the ladder. And I did find that I needed something that was kind of more than just like a minus, like more mana efficient, especially with like bigger creatures. And with what we're seeing with Kamigawa coming into standard, you have different enchantment creatures that get really big, where it kind of makes it hard if you have a late Meathook Massacre to take out like an 8/8 thing with a million counters on it. So I have Blood on the Snow, just one of them, because if I have more than that, I feel like I have too much board like wipes and removal. And I do want that Meathook Massacre to get that drain damage from, again, sacrificing like decayed zombies or just having the decayed zombies die. A lot of times people will have to start responding to the Meathook Massacres with some sort of removal or focus on that area, and it just plays into the overall synergy. So that's why I didn't want to cut one down to then try to add another Blood on the Snow. But the Blood on the Snow, again, is just really nice to get that board wipe in, and then that recursion effect with you get to bring back a creature. I usually like to bring back Lolth, but let's go check this out on the ladder. One thing I do want to note before jumping over, just so you have an idea of expectations and don't call me a scrub in the comments or something, I usually will like end season be around gold or platinum. It kind of just depends how much energy I've put into trying to rank up that season. Some seasons, I'm just like, I'm exhausted after work. I don't really have the brain capacity to play. And then other months where I'm trying to rank up like really hardcore, I'll usually be like around mid-plat. But yeah, so anyways, just something I wanted to say before jumping in case you're wanting to craft this. It's still a bit janky and meme, but it does decent on the ladder. But anyways, let's go out and play some games. See you out there. Here we go. A little nervous. I don't know. It is silver rank, so it's not like a lot's on the line. I'm going to keep this because Jadar is in the starting hand, and I do have like a removal later and Deadly Dispute to dig for more. So, yeah, it's not a bad start. What is that? Fungus monster. Interesting. Sorry, I guess I should focus on the game and less on the pets, but that is a wild thing. Okay. So again, Jadar down. Some sort of Azorius control, so we can anticipate a Teferi, which means this will probably come in handy to help get rid of that Planeswalker. Foretelling. Possibly Doomscar. I'm just going to go ahead and bonk. I might hold on to this Deadly Dispute until maybe their end step in case they try removal on Jadar, and then that way I can get my full value from the Deadly Dispute if they try to kill Jadar. So I got a tap land in. Okay. They're moving to their end step. So I'm going to just sack this now while I can. Again, kind of that balance between trying to get your value and a creature out, or creature recycling is what I'll call it if someone tries to murder my dude and I sacrifice it in response. Since they are going to probably be control-y as well, either that's going to be a Sock coming or Poison in a Cup or Doomscar. I think for what really helps with this deck is if I get my Drain effect out. So I'll pay 0 for this. And they might respond if I either... Okay. So what does that tell me that's in their hand? Either they didn't care about the meat hook, but I feel like if they had a counter spell, they might have wanted to counter it. Okay. Well, that explains why they didn't counter it. But at least they used their removal on that instead of something like my Demon of Loathing. I'm still getting some decent damage in, too. And I can drop this Field of Ruin to send a message that I can bonk their Eye of the Hive Tyrant. They must be, like, seriously control, though, because they're not putting anything down. I wonder what they're holding it on to. Do I have enough to bring him alive? Yes. I hate how, like, sometimes you power this up and then it comes in tapped. So, I could hold up my removal, but, again... I guess I am holding up my removal. Because I did not power up my Hive Tyrant in time. Because, I don't know, I'm sleepy. Okay, so Decay down. I'm really curious what they're waiting on. It has to be a Teferi, right? I mean, they even have Teferi as their player icon. Okay, they're drawing. End step. I'm so curious what that is that's foretold. Maybe it's another Behold the Universe? But it wouldn't make sense, because then why wouldn't they cast that? I don't know. This control player's got me bamboozled, I tell you. And I'm only drawing land. This is batty bonkers. Okay, I'm gonna power up, see if they do anything. And guess we're going full force here. And power word kill. Okay, they hit my land. Good thing to have 8,000 lands. Does not really matter to me. Okay, we're down to 10. Yeah, this is such an interesting deck. It's Esper? Okay. That makes sense. Does that mean they're gonna start playing stuff? Like, the dispute. Get some stonks going. Some value, some card draw. Okay. We got more land. And I guess Arena today is making sure I don't miss my land drops. Very kind of them. Well, I know if I put down this Demon of Loathing, it's probably going to die or get countered. But I don't really know what other play I can really do right now. I guess I could hold on to it. Is it a Jawari's Disruption? Okay, so they didn't have a way to deal with it. Interesting. Based on all the removal they've had, like, I'm pretty sure they either have an answer or they must have drawn into it, right? Making me use my treasure. Okay, it's still a good ward. Interesting. Wow. They still don't have anything. Too bad. Maybe I should have not used my Eye of the Hive Tyrant, but it did eat a removal. There we go. I was expecting that. This sucks. Oh, sweet. Come on, Matt Daemon. No. Yeah, this is not a good matchup for us. Now they have their own wolf. That sucks.
I'm hungry. Won't you stay for dinner? My power
Well,
is for annihilation.
back at you, friend. neutrals. I don't know. So they got their spiders. Now, if I could get my Lolth instead of all of my land. So I have 35% chance now of pulling another land. I really hope I don't. But like something else of value. Okay, they can deal 4 to me. What's going on, buddy? Okay. I think, because I don't really have a whole lot else going on right now, I'll just hit their hive now. Well, Arena. Didn't I draw like 4 lands in a row? It was something insane. I guess I just have only removal in my hand. It's fine, it's fine. Maybe we can just do the long con of them drawing out their deck. What's another 34 cards to go? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm 99% sure if I play Lolth, it's just gonna get countered. But YOLO, I'm gonna do it. Okay, so you're digging for probably the counter or the removal. Because let's see, they were running Vanishing Verse, Disdainful Stroke, Jwari, so they have to have like more answers. Yeah, god damn it. I mean, darn it. Sorry for using that potty swears. Ugh. I think I'll use Infernal Grasp instead. This sucks, man. Yeah, I think this is a loss. Because they're just going to keep countering everything I have. Yeah, it doesn't really get me anything. Maybe I should have just held on to the Demon's Disciple and stuff. Because in that way, maybe I could have made them waste their removal on this kind of stuff. But I feel like their whole board is pretty much just all removal, right? Like minus Lolth and I guess the Sorn plus Edgar. I guess they have other cards.
Under my watch, neither vampire nor human. I bring my own army.
Make them get rid of Sorn at least. I feel like if I put down this Demon Disciple, they're gonna just sack that 1/1. It's not a huge deal. So maybe their whole deck is just more about creating lots of tokens rather than having creatures out and then focusing that like removal control aspect, which makes sense for Esper. They do have a ton of value engines going, like card draw with like Memory Deluge. So I think I'll just hit that because I know they can't make another one. It is going to do a lot more damage to me though, which sucks. Yeah, I think this is a loss. Matt Daemon. Oh! Maybe. Maybe there is hope. Unless they're going to counter it. If they counter it, it's 100% a loss. Lolth. Ouch, ouch. 2 spiders. I don't think I can use this Infernal Grass because I'm pretty sure it'll kill me. Just a little stressful. It's fine. Okay. Whew. Spoops. Oh my god. Yeah, this is hella game over. Ah! Okay. I know I'm dead when I'm dead. That's crazy. Yeah, Matt Damon definitely wouldn't be able to hold up on that one. It's on. Wow. Garrick's arms were very purple veiny. That was a little scary for him. Or medically, I'm a little worried for him. Okay. Keeping this hand, because we got Shambling, we got Jadar, and that's really what I like seeing in my starting hand. Is that the smartest thing in the whole world? I don't know. But I'm YOLO in it. Okay. Going to bonk. I wonder if this is like werewolves. Dante Lovecraft A. Interesting. Okay, is this the Treasure Dragons? And maybe if I can get Wolf out before they get too much of their crazy stuff going. Trade. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't realize I said to attack with Jadar, but I'm actually okay with taking that trade. I have not seen this before. It's really interesting. So I think I'm gonna take the treasure token so that I can get Lilith down. Here we go. Auto-pay. And then that way, if they try to hit me with like a gold span dragon too, I don't have to be as concerned. And I'll leave the Shambling Ghast as a chump blocker so I could potentially kill that Goblin Haster. Let's see, Mirror Box. Interesting. Thankfully we have a backup Lilith too, so let's see what she can draw us.
My words are for
Morbid.
ambitious minds.
So I think I'm going to leave Shambling Ghast back as a chump blocker. Get that damage in. And then hopefully Morbid can get that card draw engine going too. And then definitely this Decayed token is going to feed more into Wolf as well.
Feel your hair standing on Run Wild.
Token
Run
Wars. Okay. Let's see what we get.
Go on, run.
Alright.
But we will catch you.
So we want to keep Lilith protected. We'll send a demon token there. And I don't know if that was the smart play or not. But I can always power up that high tyrant thing to block the goblin. Okay. And they're gonna lose her anyways. My guess was that they were gonna maybe try to copy with the mirror box. I don't know if that's how that really works. Let me view the battlefield. Okay, so I'm gonna use this -1 because I'm not hurting on mana. Took that out. Bolt is gonna grow. I'll get card draw. Not bad value play overall. Alright. Yeah, I wonder if they were going to be able to... Oh, this is creature. I don't know if they'll be able to copy her, right? Because she does turn into a creature for a second. So I wonder if they can copy her when she does that. Okay. And again, I don't really care about losing this because I'm not hurting on mana. And I think it would be nice to take that out potentially if able. Because it's going to give everything haste. Interesting. So I'll get to draw more land. Good thing I'm always land rich. Here we go. Another chump blocker. What's the play here? We want a creature spam. I think we want a creature spam, keep the pressure up. Because we do have a backup Lilith too if we lose her. I think it's important to get the damage in, especially with like Espa out. We don't know like what big stompy stomp creature is gonna come out,
A gift
especially
in
with green.
exchange for loyalty.
Okay, and then on their end step, I can sack this Decade. Okay, Bard. I don't see Bard class too much in competitive. That's a really interesting deck that we're up against. I wonder if we get like more like meta decks just because like this one's not really meta. Very nice. But it doesn't have trample, right? I should have put a stop. I goofed. I think we're fine though. Right? Do I have lethal? I don't know. Let's see. So we got 6. Yeah, I think we got lethal. Yep. Okay, well, didn't matter that I wasn't paying attention before. Still getting the hang of talking / figuring out how to do plays, but finally won one. So we're 1-1 now. Yagmoth. Oh. Wonder how they'll feel against mono black. Keeping this hand just because Shambling Gas can sack it to dig into hopefully more plays. And then I like having removal and obviously Lilith just on standby. Boop. So they're red. Wonder if there is it. Doesn't feel very Yagmoth to me. Thought you'd be mono black just like me. So I wonder if they're werewolves? Very aggro. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep bonking. Since they're taking their time to build up a play, I'll wait until I can put Lilith down before I sack it. Or maybe on their end step. Let's see, I sack that, create a treasure, drop, get Lilith down. Yeah, I might do that just so I can ramp into Lilith. Oh, interesting. Okay. So again, gonna try to ramp into Lilith. Going with the treasure. Resolving all. Moving my stop. Okay. Not bad. If they are going aggro.
Darkness will
Because
swallow
to the Demon of Loathing
and I,
out,
the generous
because I have a
one,
feeling I'll be able to drop that pretty soon. I'm not really sure.
you win
All right.
this round, but I'll
I was going to say as far as removal, what they would have. So I'm at 5. Here, 6. So... Going in for that damage. I kind of wonder if I should be greedy here. Or should I play this now? I think I should just do it now in case it gets bigger. And I do have another one. And then that way I can drop in the demon without as much concern. Okay. So they can create tokens, but I can always wipe the board again too. That haste aspect is really nice. So I'm going to drop you, and play you, and hope they don't have a way to remove this, because I might be out of answers. Okay, if they don't. So I think what I'm going to do is hook to kill the pup, and then swing with Demon of Loathing. So then that way, they have to sacrifice the child of the pack. Okay. I think this is going to be fine. So, boop. So yeah, we want to make sure I still have enough. Actually, you know what? I'll just do this. Because I was going to put down the Shambling Gas to see if I could get like one more tick of damage, but I think I just want to play it safe here. So, pay 3. Keeping that one to do the damage. So they're going to gain life. And then next I'm going to swing. So now they have to sack the child of the pack. I'm going to gain another life, going back up to 20. And then I'll drop this in case I need a chump blocker. So I think just kind of being a bit more patient here might help. Okay. Giving it haste. And I think I got it. Yeah, because this is going to die. So unless they have a way to kill the Demon of Loathing, that's going to be Xaxes as soon as I untap. I'll create a treasure. Yep, took 1 damage. And I'll just drop that down, cause... And then swing in. And hopefully... Woo! Xaxes! Good job! You did it! You did it, Demon. Whew, I was a little nervous on that one. Whew. Got a little short queue waits. I was like signing on or clicking play and then getting into a game right off the bat. This is a terrible hand to keep. I don't know if I need to explain, but just having deadly disputes and nothing to really sacrifice into it sucks. So gonna Molly. It's a better hand. I think I'm gonna get rid of a land when I go down just because I don't have any turn 2 or 3 plays at the moment. It's still not the best, but I also will get a treasure token either from Shambling Ghast or when I sacrifice one of them to Deadly Dispute, I'll get 2 treasures. I wonder if this is a mirror match. I'm gonna do this. And curious what they'll do. You're gonna block. Guessing they want the treasure. We both get treasure. Because you're a treasure. Alright. Maybe I can keep my Shambling Ghast around for a little bit too. I always forget to get these kind of dual lands too when I'm playing like multiple colors. Thankfully this is a monocolor deck, so don't have to think too much about the mana base. Boop! And I think I'm just gonna, on their end step, which I'll remember to do, use Deadly Dispute to either sack the treasure or my Shambling Ghast. Because I just want to get the damage in when I can. If this, I wonder if this is like the token wedding implementation. Oh, yeah, it's rough. Edgar's not our friend. So, Deadly Dispute. And I'm almost wondering if it's worth... Yeah, I'll just Deadly Dispute that. Resolve. Okay, my turn. Put you down. I don't have enough to do that. Do I? If I'm gonna Meat Hook Massacre to try to take out Edgar, I think it's bad for me to put Jadar down now. So I think what I'm gonna do is just keep Shambling Ghast back for a blocker. And then that way it also stops them from man, is it better to do Soul Shouter? I almost sound like Sean Connery there. But I think what I'm kind of conflicted about right now is the Meat Hook Massacre. I don't know if I want to feed Jadar into that, or if I want to Meat Hook Massacre, wait next turn for Jadar so then I can start getting the Decayed Zombie tokens going. And I don't want to necessarily kill Edgar right now because he'll create tokens. So I think I'm just going to block, get my treasure, and then try to do the Meat Hook Massacre, and then next turn drop Jadar. I don't care if they really exile anything out of my graveyard. So, yeah, I think this is gonna hit a lot heavier. So, okay. Wipe them. Guess I'll give them some tokens. But I think I'll be fine, because then I'll start just the Jadar. The jar. The Jadar. Decayed. I don't even know what to call it anymore. Drain? There. I think that was the word. Can you tell I'm tired? They're thinking. What kind of thoughts? We'll never know. It's an artifact. I almost wonder if having... I'm trying to think, does black have any artifact removal? I don't think so. Enchantment removal is pretty limited too. Drop this. And then I'll wait to Deadly Dispute. Gonna come at me with some little 1/1s. Yeah, they're gonna try to myrtleize me with all these little 1/1s. But there's a chance I can get another meat hook, which will be pretty devastating, I think, to them. I don't necessarily care too much about this 1/1 damage. At the beginning of your end step, put an invitation counter on winning announcement. You attack with 2 or more creatures this turn, draw a card, otherwise create a 1/1. That's pretty sweet, and so is the backside. Oh boy. Oh, that's nice too. What do I got in here? Nothing super intense. Let's put down Demon, because I think that'll just put us way ahead. And they do have a 1/1. And I think worst case, yeah, they remove it, blood on the snow, bring it back. Oh fuck no, that was... No! That was Exile. Well. Did not go as planned. I'm gonna stop the 4 there. I'll gain back a lot of life. And that wedding invitation's nice. Or announcement. That's rough. It's rough, buddy. Man, if they had just killed it, I could have brought it back and have that 7/7 in the air, and it would have been so pretty of a play. Destroy. And I'll bring back Jadar, so I can get those Rob Zombie tokens. Woo! Yeah, they gained a lot of life back at least. Making them work for it. They'll probably outvalue me just because of those enchantments and Egger just coming at me with all the tokens, but I don't know. Maybe another meat hook too coming out might help, but I just don't know. I think I only have 1 more of the demons left. Maybe a wolf coming out too would be helpful. I'll put you down. You. Gonna exile all my stuff. What is this? What are you, competitive? Just create a treasure. Could have quite possibly put that out of order, but I'm still gonna get that drain damage anyways. Maybe the play was to drop Demon Disciple after attacking, so then I could have -1 the other token, but oh well. Live and learn. Ooh, Agadeems. Okay. That's a very good play. I don't know what else I'm gonna do. That's the best hit to make. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of out of this game at the point. Like, I can just keep board wiping, but it's not going to really do anything. Because they have the life gain, their creatures are getting stronger. Like, again, I can hook, but it's not really going to matter, because they're just going to keep creating tokens. Right. This is rough. I think they got it. Even if I got Lolth, I don't know what else I have in my deck that could really deal with this. But we'll play it out. You never know. Is that non-land permanent? So yeah, I'm still gonna lose her.
My will cannot be denied.
Just gonna hit that because I want to feel powerful. I don't know. Yeah, there's no way. I don't think this deck can do anything. Like, I'd have to get that flyer, the demon, this flyer, but even then, like, they have so much life gain at this point, it's just not going to do anything. Okay. Yep. It's your game for the taking, my friend. I'm gonna exile my wolf. Yep.
I return to the abyss.
At least I get a token out of it. I'm wondering here if I don't want to kill Egger. Just so I don't get more token spam on top of everything. And it's kind of funny because the damage that happens like literally doesn't matter because they just have so much life gain. I can't even deadly dispute anything. I guess I'll just power this up because why not? They could have Field of Ruined it too, but I think they're just so comfortable. Nope. Ah, yeah, that's game. I'm not gonna waste any more time. They got it. Oh well, GG's, GG's. Alright. Let's see if this is the tiebreaker match that can make it at least be a positive tiebreaker, where we win 3 out of 5. Or are we cursed by Matt Daemon? We'll find out. I don't know if I should have kept this hand either, though. Oh well. We'll see. We have fun. Magic is about fun, right? I just saw Shambling Gas and I think my brain was like, keep. Okay. Maybe we'll just come at them with all the Shambling Gasties. And then if they kill them, we'll be able to ramp into a wolf. This is, something tells me this is a Demir Ninjas deck. I don't know what spidey senses are telling me that. Ooh, I wonder if I could do like a Spider-Man deck and just have like wolf. What other spiders are there though? I should probably make sure there's enough spiders. Okay, they're very tactical. Let me put an artifact card. Must be an artifact. I'm just gonna throw one of them. Keep this out for a chump blocker. They're probably deciding whether or not they want to give me that treasure. Haha. Sweet, now I can play Lolth. Always be careful about weird plays like that. So there's usually an incentive.
I will show you.
For instance, I needed that treasure to ramp up. It is nice not to play. I think like the 2 decks that just really kicked our butt were super removal heavy. Like the first loss with the Esper deck, that was like, I felt like every card they had was just removal. And then the matchup with the other Orzhov deck, that's like the token one that really kicked our butt. Again, it had removal, and then just once they got their tokens down, we couldn't keep up. But so far, this decks that we're up against right now doesn't seem too intensive in the ways of removal. So I'm just hoping that maybe by having these bodies down with like Shambling Gas, that we kind of slow them down a bit. Because they can put a flyer down and we'll still be able to, like, block them. Okay. So there's their flyer, and I'm guessing they want a ninjutsu with that. I'm kind of tempted just to blood on the snow. Or meat hooks so we can get the additional drain damage. I'm gonna draw a card.
My children will take care of you.
I think I'm gonna do this, which I definitely shouldn't have used Lolth's loyalty, but I was curious if there's anything else that would have given me better value. But I think the play here is to wipe, get the drain, and then get the tokens going for her, and just start bonking more and more.
We will
Because
slay
if they're a ninja deck, they want to have bodies so that they can use their ninjutsu to get the value. I haven't seen any of the artifacts that seems to make sense for like the covert tactician. So I'm really curious like what their goal here is, and I wonder if just having early bodies out like Shambling Gas slowed them down so that they couldn't get their ninjutsu in. Okay. So I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna create the spider, and then I'm gonna demon disciple, so they have to sacrifice that prosperously. Gonna get 2 loyalty counters and some drain,
I will cull the
and see what else they have. Do they have any board wipes? I'm really curious about this ninja deck. Okay. This down. Kind of curious. So what I could do here is I swing in, they block like Demon's Disciple, get the damage through on this one, board wipe, get all the loyalty counters, have creatures ready to hit next time. So I think that's what I'm going to do here, because then I can just make tokens and have them ready to go next attack round, and then that way I just keep their board empty. Oh sweet, so we did the damage there. And destroy all creatures. Who do we want to bring back? I'll bring back Morbid just for more card draw. Oh, and they quit. Well, I wish I was able to see a little bit more of their deck, but maybe we just had the bodies earlier on than they did. But good game nonetheless. Well, thanks for hanging out and sticking around till the end. So now we can check out the stats, and if you're wondering what I'm using to review my deck stats, it's Untap GG. It's a little plugin that you can install, and it can pop up like in your arena and just show you like how you did against certain matchups. And also what I always found pretty helpful was like when I'm doing drafts, like it'll say like, hey, this is a good draft pick, or like statistically this one does better. But anyways, for the stats with Matt Daemon, you'll see that we had a 60% win rate, went 3-2, and highest rank ended at silver 2. Haven't been playing a ton of arena this month, so my rank is a bit lower than usual, but like I said before, I typically end on like gold or plat depending on how much time I was able to put into the season, because life is busy. But anyways, more about the deck here. So I actually have played quite a few games with this deck on the ladder. For whatever reason, I'm not seeing the overall total games, but I've played at least 20, if not more, with this deck, and it really sticks about like the 60% win rate. And I think part of that is because I don't necessarily go up against a lot of meta decks when I pick this, and I don't know like how Arena decides like what decks will play against what, but I have a tendency to play against like non-meta, and I think that has an influence in why this one usually hovers around the 60% win rate. The other reason I think too is because I am playing at silver. You know, people may not think about their plays in the same way that if you're a higher rank, because maybe more experience or they have more access to wild cards to build decks that are more in the meta. My case, the decks that were more towards the current meta, we got our butt handed to us. Like the token one with Egar and Wedding Announcement, and just all the removal that they had to really deal with, like my Demon Lord. That's a 7/7. Like wow, those were not even close games. Same with the Esper, like just wiped us pretty good. But overall, again, 60% win rate. It's a fun deck if you like sacrificing creatures, getting the drain, and you want to do something that's not like, you know, all on the meta, and maybe use some cards that you got for free. Like I'm pretty sure when you play like the color challenges, you get Demon of Loathing, I think, in one of them. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure this was like a free card I got just for having Arena. So if you're looking for a way to kind of, I don't know, build a deck that has at least a little bit easier value as far as like use of your wild cards, like this might be one. There are obviously like really good rares that you'll probably use like across you know, different deck builds that you're doing. It doesn't hurt to unlock for, like Me Hook Massacre is probably just an auto include in almost every single black deck you have. It is a mythic, so I guess there are some mythic heavy aspects of this deck build, but you know, if you already have these, might be fun to try out. Otherwise, I don't know if this is a deck that you'd actually want to play on the ladder. But I had fun. Again, the fact that this could even perform at like a 60% win rate when it's a meme deck that was like trying to stick to a theme rather than necessarily trying to win. Can't be too upset about that. But yeah, so thanks for hanging out and hope you have a good one. See you in the next one. Bye.